Okay, this is another example of a method I would use when drawing someone at a party. This would be like a 3 or 4 minute caricature sketch. So the first thing I would do is look at the shape of the head. And I'm noticing that above his eyes, I think from his eyes to the top of his head is the largest part. And so what I would do, I'm sitting down in front of a person and I would just do a quick silhouette sketch. That's it. That's probably actually a little more than I would do live in person. And the first thing I do is I always start with the left eye. And I try to get the top eyelash line with one stroke. Then I do the eyelid. Now his eye's kind of squinty. It's shaped like a squinted almond, and so I try to get that. I don't always complete the bottom lid line. Now he has dark eyes, so there's a different way that I do dark eyes, and that is I do like that. I put a highlight inside of it instead of just popping out to the side. Then I add a thick shadow under the eyelid, and it kind of gives the impression of a darker eye. Then I add a line for the under eye. Now his eyes are up a little bit, but also notice the tilt. The eyebrow is tilted like this a little bit, so maybe I can just increase that a little. I'm also looking at this line and how it lines up with the top edge of the eyelid. The eyebrow. I get it started with a couple of lines like that. Fill that in. I'm thinking also, remember, this is a system. I read somewhere, I think it was in a Disney animation training manual, that they like to treat, or used to like to treat, this entire area as a system and not just separate items. And the bridge of his nose is up here, and then the other eye. Put a little dot there so that I don't overshoot it, because I'm trying to get it with one swipe. One smooth swipe, that little dot kind of anchors me. And something I tell people while I'm drawing them is, hey, this is free for you, so if I mess up, we'll just both laugh about it. And then I do the eye. Match the other side. This is more of a straightforward view. When I sit people in front of me, I like to draw more of a 3/4 sketch, and that is because you can see the shapes of things a little bit better in 3/4. Then a little line under, and then we're going with the other eyebrow. Now I've kind of exaggerated how high those eyebrows are. Wild hairs here. Now I'm just going to a little line just to suggest the bulb of his nose. His nose is kind of wide, so let's make it wider. I don't normally exaggerate while I'm drawing someone at a party, but in this case, let's do it a little bit. And the reason I don't exaggerate is that a true caricature you might find in a magazine or a website A lot of times they're political and making fun of someone, but it's a totally different situation at a party. I feel like you're creating cool souvenirs for people. And so I don't go for heavy exaggeration unless they ask me. Then he's got a wide smile, and his bottom lip seems to come out a little bit above his top lip. But it's what I'd call a concave smile. So instead of a line like this, it's going to be like an upside down like that. And then I'm going to bring it up on the ends. And I'm looking at the shape of the opening of the mouth. And then his bottom lip, it doesn't extend all the way to the edges. It's kind of like right in the middle. His top lip is kind of round with not much of a divot. And then his teeth, there is a area in there with a shadow. Sometimes I'll suggest teeth. I don't usually go overboard drawing the teeth because, like I said, I've got 3 or 4 minutes, and so I'm trying to use the least lines as possible. Now I see it look cool. He's got a unique wrinkle here, so I'm going to try to add it in. A lot of times when you're drawing kids, you want to totally avoid any wrinkles whatsoever. Just leave them off, even if they're prominent, and the kid's going to look his age. And if you want someone to look older, just add the wrinkles. That automatically adds 10 or 15 years on them. So I added those wrinkles. It may have messed it up, but we're just doing this for fun anyway. Now I'm going to do the chin. It sort of anchors what I'm doing for the rest of the face. Oh yeah, and by the way, I just switched to my Tombow. This is for my thick lines on the outside. Okay, so I'm looking at this line, and there's lots of stuff going on here. There's a brow line, and then it's being overlapped by a wrinkle line and a cheek line. And anyways, I'm going to simplify it. I'm just going to do it as a basic square shape and connect it to the chin. Same thing on this side. This time I'm going down instead of my upstroke. There's like a brow there. You notice when I do these lines, I try to do it with one stroke. Okay, now I'm going to do the ears. They're very low because he's kind of looking. The camera is above him, and so the ears are very low. And it's kind of funny looking, so I want to draw it that way. And there's kind of a hair, like a dip in the hair here, so I'm just suggesting instead of completing this line, I'm breaking the line up with some hairs. He has like a hairdo line here. I'm going to go real light because this line is formed by hairs, and then that comes down. Then we've got the side of his head, and it's cut close, so I can suggest that by not doing a complete line but doing that broke up line. Same thing on this side. And one thing I look at on this side is where does this hairline connect with the ear, and that helps me map on where to go. And then I try to do like a bold stroke. Even if it's a little bit wrong, if it's a confident line, it looks better. If you can get it right and the line is confident, that's double good. I if you can see this in camera, but I added a longer neck. I'm just gonna add a little bit of a collar. Now I usually put the cap back on, pull off the small side on the Tombow, and just add some accent lines that show the direction of the hair. This is cut close, so you can make it do a bunch of short lines. And that's it. A quick sketch of a face. I mean, I was gonna say 3 or 4 minute sketch. That's how quick I would have drawn it in person, but this video is probably gonna be about 10 minutes because I was taking time to explain it. So there it is, and I'll probably do a few more of these because every face is different and I'm thinking about certain things, and I have methods that I want to get on video for you guys. So like this video if you want to see more like it, and thank you.